Yeah, you got it now.
Okay.
Now we just have to click on the got it. All right. So, all right. Tonight's presentation is all you need to know about National PTA School of Excellence. And a lot of people have asked, why are we interested, or why should we participate with the School of Excellence? And basically, you can see there on the screen, and research shows that parent engagement in schools is closely linked to better student behavior, higher academics achievement, and enhanced social skills. And I also, another study, some of the studies have pointed out that parent engagement also makes it more likely that children and adolescents will avoid unhealthy behaviors such as sexual risk behaviors and substance use. So, I know nobody wants to hear about the sexual part with their children, but if parents are engaged, usually, the kids will walk the good road there. Moving on, the School of Excellence program is based on the family school partnerships that were developed by the PTA. And those standards are right there on the screen for you. Standard 1 is welcoming all families, and 2 is communicating effectively. 3 is supporting student success. 4 is speaking up for every child. And 5 is sharing power. And the 6th one is collaborating with community. These standards were updated in 2008, and the PTA has just updated them for 2022. We'll be releasing the new standards in November. It's actually November 17th. You'll see the new standards, but we've asked National PTA, do you want to use the new standards in the School of Excellence or the old ones? And so to keep everybody on the same page, we are going to use the old ones for this year. So what you're seeing there will be the standards that you will focus for your school PTA with the School of Excellence. I believe, like you mentioned, if you haven't signed up for School of Excellence, you have until October 1st. And you can, on the left is a picture, a QR code. If you just scan that with your phone, it would take you right there. Or you could type in pta.org excellence, and that'll take you to the sign up thing. And I'm speaking to those who have not signed up yet. So when you do sign up, you're going to get a lot of information. And what we're looking at is the center circle right now. The whole thing with School of Excellence is to enhance family engagement in the school. It is also working the family and the school partnership. They want to bring the families in to have a voice. So the center circle there you see to enrich the educational experience and overall well-being of every child. So you're going to see the yellow rings there. In the School of Excellence, you'll pick one of these 3 to focus for your School of Excellence plan. One would be education, and that's usually enhancing family engagement, increasing things. The second, following the yellow ring, is health and safety. Um, and the third one you could pick would be arts and cultural exploration. And once you pick one of those three, you move to the outside blue circle. And what that entails is your events will focus on the family and school, bringing the families in, having them working with the school. Or you could find community resources throughout your community. And when I say that, you might just be having one of the events and you could go to a company and say, hey, is it possible that you could supply the pizza for this event for us? And help them foot the bill for some of the events that you're doing, and explain to them you're working towards being a nationally recognized school of excellence. Okay, so why would you participate? First one there is to make your school a more welcoming place. I worked at a Hispanic school down here in the St. Louis metropolitan area, and it was called Kreitner Elementary. And we thought our parents felt very welcomed at the school. So we signed up for School of Excellence, and that was one of the questions. Do you feel welcomed at the school? We had the front door slam into us. We were surprised that a lot of parents did not feel welcome. And that was something we had to work on. The second bullet point is to empower families to be part of school decisions. A lot of parents will just be there, they'll come for the programs and leave. If we can develop them to come into the schools and become a part of the Marisol, am I frozen with you?
No, I can hear you well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We lost Peg and she said I was frozen. I must be frozen on her computer. So
Yeah, no.
I'll go on. Thank you for helping. So the third bullet is to demonstrate to school leaders that PTA is you're continuously working towards school improvements, and then your final outcome would be to receive recognition in your community, state, and nationwide for engaging the families at the school, and thus producing a positive impact. So what I'm going to show you now is this family school partnership scan, which I also call the survey. It looks like this. I am trying to move some there. It is a series of 20 questions, and the answers are up at the top: unknown, never, sometimes, frequently, and always. My suggestion is when you're talking to a principal or trying to get approval to do the School of Excellence, because it does need principal support. And let me, that's Peg still, she thinks we can't, the meeting stopped. So let me go. I always tell the schools, show the survey to the principals, because once they see these, they're going to think, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought, because a lot of them are fearful of the negative responses. And as you can see here, it's just a check in one of the columns for it. I'll show you the first 10 here. As you can see, our school has friendly signs inside and outside in multiple languages. And these are the 10 questions that the families would answer in the survey. Our school translates communications and provides interpreters as needed. They encourage families to volunteer, show respect to all families regardless of differences. Our school communicates with families in multiple ways, and it lists email, phone, website. Our school provides clear two-way conversations about student progress or needs, helps the families understand how they can support their child's learning. The school involves parents in planning student transitions when they're moving from the elementary to the junior high. And then number 9, they use technology to meet the needs of today's students. And then number 10, our school includes students as active participants in discussions of expectations and work quality. The second half of the questions, our school explains the academic standards. It informs and encourages families to advocate for students at school, both at local, state, and the national level. It also listens to the family concerns and demonstrates a genuine interest in developing solutions, provides information on family rights and responsibilities that are under federal and state laws. School establishes policies that recognize and respect diversity, considers families to be equal partners in the decision-making. Number 17, school provides families with information on our school improvement plan. Every school in the state of Illinois has to have a school improvement plan. And on that school improvement plan, they usually have parents that are on the committee too. And it's usually about 2 or so. A lot of parents are not aware of that. And it's something to bring into the light because there are some parents who would have a lot of input for that. 18 is the school distributes information on community resources that serve the needs of the families within the community. And a good example there would be like if you have counselors or school social workers, they could get like a cheat sheet or something of all the available resources that are out there to assist families in times of need. Also 19 is finding partnerships with local businesses and community organizations and service groups to advance student learning or assist the schools and families. And then number 20 is the school is a central part of the community. So that is the survey that is done between now and November 1st. October 1st is the deadline for schools to sign up for the School of Excellence. And then November 1st, they need to have this plan. What you are seeing here, once you've done your survey and you kind of get a feel where the people view the school, you have to pick a goal, and there's the three areas. The first area here that I'm showing is the ensure health and safety. Remember those yellow lines there that we talked about on the previous slide. So here you would pick an objective to go if you're doing the health and safety. As you can see, you'll pick one, and that's all you need to do is, are you going to promote healthy lifestyles at home? Or will you customize and implement the local school wellness policies? Or do you want to address hunger among the families in the community? Or you could focus on activities that will prevent injuries at home and school. You could also look at the internet safety with families. Are you, as you can see, the goals are there. They're up to you which one that you would pick. And I'm going to show you the other two areas there. Here is the goal for education, which is family engagement. I will say that I have found this to be the simplest version or the goal to pick, because it is improving your family engagement at the school. As you can see there, you would have to pick one of those little squares, and you could support implementation of college and career ready standards and assessments. It shows the Common Core. It is now the Illinois test that the kids take, the Illinois Learning Standards. Our box 2 is increasing family engagement by supporting student success in literacy, math, science. Our increase involvement from dads and other male role models. If you're in a school that a lot of fathers aren't involved, that might be the objective that you would meet. Are opening two-way communications between families and schools. I skipped one. Create a culture and climate that welcomes all families. Or you could, to grow the volunteer opportunities and volunteer participation among your families. Or grow family participation in school-wide decision-making. If you're in a district or a school with high dropouts, you might focus in that area. Grow family participation and advocacy, or engage community partners and raise family awareness of the resources out there within the community. And the other area is a small one. It's supporting the arts. Some schools have successfully implemented this, and they just wanted to increase the participation in arts. And as you see there, increase access to arts programs. I can tell you right now, Reflections, if your school participates in there, you're already meeting that. That would be a simple one, and try to increase participation with the Reflections program. Second one is increase available resources for student learning in the arts. I've seen where schools have opened up after school activities in classrooms where they do art after school for about an hour. And sometimes you can incorporate those art projects to be part of the current Reflections program. The third one is build successful community partnerships. You might have the art clubs through the community come in and do a few classes once a month or something with the classrooms at the school. Um, and the other is to be an advocate for the values of arts and education, because a lot of schools are starting to drop the art program. And so that could be a focus too. All right. And then these are the important dates for you. May 1st to October 1st is the program enrollment. That is the deadline. If you have not registered by October 1st, you could not participate in the School of Excellence. I will say in the past 3 years, they have always extended it by 2 weeks. So when I was talking with National recently, I said, are these deadlines in stone, or will you allow another 2 weeks after the date? And they informed me that they are going to hold to these dates this year. So May 1st to October 1st, you enroll into the program. Once your once the person has enrolled in the program, they will instantly get an email back from National. And that email will contain the baseline survey administration when we just went through those 20 questions. They will send that to you, and between September, the start of school basically, up to November 1st, you could administer that survey. Now, when I say up to November 1st, you really need to do that survey and end it about October 20th or so you can gather your baseline data. And when I say that, you will be responsible for tallying the survey results. It is a simple tally, though, I will tell you that. You will look at those 20 questions and you will only be concerned with the square that had the highest number in it. So you don't have to report every square number, but you will have to report on the highest square getting that number on each line. Then October 15th to November 1st, they will start taking your initial application. When I say that, it's a simple, short thing. It's going to ask you, what goal are you picking? Remember the 3 yellow lines where it could be the arts, education, or health and safety. You'll pick that goal, whichever one you decide, and then you will also pick the objective that goes with that, and you will turn in your baseline data information that they're asking for. Once you have submitted that by November 1st, they will shoot you another email saying, thank you, you're in the next phase of the School of Excellence. First phase was registering for it. Second phase was getting the baseline sent out to your families. I also suggest you can do it through Google. You can do it through on paper, pencil. If you're having an event or a PTA meeting, you can pass those surveys out before the meeting. You just want to get the families engaged with that. Then the third thing would be to fill out the initial application, send it in. From November 1st until March, you just work on your plan for School of Excellence. And I tell a lot of people, you guys are already doing these events. I'm just getting, Marisol, can you give me a thumbs up if you hear me? Okay, it said my sound had switched. So through from November 1st, you just do your activities. In like, for one, we would do, in the past, we did an art fair. And that art fair happened in October. And we sent out the reflections theme and we asked the families, hey, this is the theme this year, which is show your voice. And we sent the categories for reflections to the families. And one of the simplest categories is a photo where the families can take or the child can take a picture of something. And the theme has to go with show your voice. And we use those entries for increasing family engagement into the reflections program. So it's simple activities that you're doing that pull in the families. If you picked increased family engagement, I always tell them there are activities you are doing. A big one now is old school family game night, where families bring in the board games and just take a table in the cafeteria and they play Monopoly or Scrabble or something. We're just trying to get the families engaged with that. That could be part of your School of Excellence plan if you chose to do increased family engagement. About March, you need to issue the 20 questions, the survey or the scan again. It's the exact same piece of paper you did in the fall, but on March, you need to start gathering another scan and have parents fill out the sheet again. And fingers crossed, you get more response the second time around and your numbers have shifted or increased in the boxes. And then with that, you have all the way up till June to do that survey. Once again, I tell families, May 1st rolls around, every family is focused on school ending and getting out, and there's a lot of pressure with school carnivals and that. So I would probably start that survey in March again and have it due in April. So you've got your data from the scan, and then you can write your final application is due. And that is more detailed than the first one. You're just going to, it's a synopsis of what you did through the school year, what goal were you working on, what objective, how did your survey increase, decrease, did you see movement, what was your success? And I think they might ask, what could you do different for if you had another opportunity? But looking at that final document has to be turned in by June 1st at midnight. Do not miss that deadline. of midnight on June 1st, because they will not include you in the judging at the end. And then in mid-August, the National PTA will release what schools won the School of Excellence. And there are 3 big ones. It's the Hearst Award recipients would be announced also. Let me see. Okay. So we're down to the closing comments. I kind of want to show you this is the School of Excellence from last year. Overall, 301,000 students were served. And of the PTAs, 351 earned National School of Excellence across the nation. It was kind of interesting, 39% receive free or reduced lunch, 36% are titled schools. You can see the top 5 states with the winners. Florida and Texas run a program there for their school, for their local PTAs. I will say a lot of them enter, and you can see that's why their numbers are high. Last we looked for this year, Illinois has 12 or 14 registered right now. So we're looking at that. This was an interesting one, the student demographic population. Most of the schools that won excellence, 44% were white, 24 Hispanic, and you can see that. So if you're in a school that has a high Hispanic or Black or Asian population, School of Excellence would love to see you participating in the program. Also, you can see here, they were awarded, the majority School of Excellence is naturally the elementary schools. That's usually the K through 4s. Some do the pre-K through 8, that was 12%. 14% were high schools, 16% were junior highs, and then the majority were elementary schools. This was interesting, school principals who have to sign off to do the School of Excellence with the PTA, they come back and ask those principals, was it worth doing this? And 100% of the principals said yes. It added the value to their schools, and they would do the program again. I find that very amazing, because not one principal said, no, it was a pain or anything. 97% reported they would recommend the program to other schools. And you can see the PTA leadership, they were positive with this also. So that is basically what this last slide is showing, the top priority goals going back to the education, health and safety, and the arts. You can see most always go to improve the education. A lot of them did the COVID recovery with health and safety, and then the supporting the arts could be that. That's the low area last year. Since they've started School of Excellence, 1,567 schools have earned this award since 2014. So let me go back and so Marisol, we're not recording. I'm not even sure. You got through the program. Do you have any questions or anything you're wondering?
We haven't enrolled yet. So my first
Okay.
question is, do I need to ask the principal first before we enroll them?
Um, yes, you can enroll. I would enroll first because once you enroll, it is when you go to that website, it will ask you for your email address. Or I guess, are you going to lead this plan?
Yeah, we'll have to.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, that was another question since I'm like pretty brand new. So I
Okay.
don't know if this is something that we should try this year or if you would recommend.
I'll be honest with you, and you'll have great support from Illinois PTA. We will guide you through it. I will help you through it. When I say if you go to the National PTA/excellence, you can sign up and it will ask for your name, your email, and the name of the school. Do you know how to get some of the other data from the Illinois school report card? Have you ever been to that or
Website
the,
with the password?
well, no, not that. The Illinois school report card is where you'll get a lot of data on your school. Are you representing a school or a district or?
I am with Aldrin Elementary School PTA.
Elementary? Okay. Yeah.
But I don't have that. Yeah, we'll have to find that out.
Yeah, because it will ask for some demographics on it. But the first phase of that, you could fill out and it will shoot you an email. Now, the kicker between that time when you fill out and before November 1st, you would go ask your principal and just tell him, we're interested in doing the National PTA School of Excellence. And I can send you this slide so he can see those questions because, or her, I shouldn't assume it's a male.
It's not her, it's she.
And let them see those questions because principals' biggest fears are they going to attack us and say how lousy we are? When they see those questions, they're going to think, oh no, this is perfect for our school. And tell him, we're looking to increase family engagement this year. So we signed up for the National PTA School of Excellence. And my suggestion to you would be pick the easy route, which is improve the education and family engagement. Because that's everything PTA always does through their events. So, and let him see it. And then when you go to on November 1st, it'll ask for that application to be turned in. It's very simple. It'll probably take 30 minutes to fill out, and you would fill it out and the principal signs off that he's in agreement to do the School of Excellence. Then you turn that in and you go to the next level. So, if your principal will say, no, I'm not interested, well, then you stop the process and don't turn in the November 1st application. So, and they just drop you off the list to be a candidate. So, and, you know, we'll be glad to coach you through, you know, once we see the schools that have signed up, we will communicate with you. Ophelia, have you ever heard of Ophelia?
I think I've seen her in other meetings.
Okay, yeah. She is in charge of family engagement with Illinois PTA. I don't know if Ophelia will contact you or if I would, but we'll stay right with you and I'll say, hey, here's the reminder for getting your surveys tallied and that. Is your school really good with Google Docs and surveys, or do you think the school would be better with paper pencil, or in your opinion?
We have to do both just to make sure.
Okay, and you can.
And to be more inclusive too for people that don't have access to.
Yes, yes. And what we would do in my old school where I worked, we would have iPads or Chromebooks right before the PTA meetings where parents could literally take the survey at the table before they went in. That's an option for you, or you could send the paper pencil, you know, send that home and just collect those. So you're right, that's probably the best way, just include both. And I think when you sign up, I think they're sending a Google Doc already prepared for you for surveys. So you'll just have to upload it to the drive and give the link for everybody. But you know, we'll coach you through it, and before you have to turn it in, you know, I will be glad to read it for you and give suggestions. Or but
based on the results, then you will guide us like in what or those things that we work on and do.
I also forgot, once you turn in that November 1st application, they will send you a roadmap to success for your plan. And what that is a bunch of activities that they suggest for you to utilize through the year with your membership in school.
So in this case, if we have some activities that involve the budget, so we'll just have to, because the budget is already done, right, for the year.
Yeah, well, you can always amend your budget.
Okay.
Yeah, they would just have to vote. But, you know, that's also, if you really don't want to try a lot of things, try to find a business to just support that event and say, hey, would you like to pay for the ice cream for our ice cream social? You know, you can get those contributions to do that and give them recognition at the event. Like, this event was hosted by. So.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Anything else you need, or?
No, actually, I just need to go for what you said, the Illinois school report card. That's what I have to find out.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. Go to the pta.org/excellence and see what they require right off. Recently, once you type in the name of the school, they have a federal link to the state, and I think it pre-fills all your category in for you. You will need an address and an email, and you'll put your name in as the lead for this. And that's basically all you have to do for before October 1st. And then from there, you know, write me. I'm G Hobbs, GHOBBS at illinoispta.org. And just shoot me an email saying, hey, I signed up, and, you know, I'll get you on my list, and I'll talk you through everything. And then you can always shoot an email to me if you need it. So.
Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Thank you for coming.
You have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.